After the excitement of Magic Carpet, we're now going to blast off into space for our next Darling Brothers game review. The game's called Dark Star. Let's check it out. Here's a look at the front cover of this one then. And again, typical early Mastertronic cover. We've got the Dark Star logo and a rather Star Wars-esque looking spaceship there with its thrusters gleaming. Not a bad piece of sci-fi fantasy artwork. And on the spine we've got the barely legible Dark Star logo. Don't think that would have stood out very well on the shelf sideways on. And on the back cover, loading instructions as per usual. And inside is just as the other games of this era. So we've got the logo, the aim of the game: you're a Sky Eagle of the Jupiton fleet on a suicide mission to destroy the Dark Star once and for all. Very Star Wars-esque. Just substitute the word death instead of dark, and we have the plot of Star Wars. Blah 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 blah. Your plan is to fly low to avoid the Dark Star's energy shield. And then we've got the features: smooth moving, high-res, multicolour graphics, 100% machine code. This sounds very familiar, rather like the info in the Magic Carpet inlay that we looked at last. And we've got the keys, and you can also use a joystick as it says. And just like the Magic Carpet one, we've got foreign language instructions on the inside. So as we've seen, the formula for these early Darling Brothers releases is pretty similar for each one, and here's the usual info screens: blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and the game starts loading. So as expected, the usual games creator layout, no title screen, score and high score across the top there, and so let's get the game started. And it's a vertically scrolling shooter. You can hold the fire button down to rapid fire, not that there's a lot to shoot. And you've got to just navigate your way down this trench thing, for want of a better word, and get to the end, I guess, without getting shot. Like that. You do have one life, so one hit and you're dead. One crash into the side of the trench and you're dead. Let's go again. So the graphics are very blocky as expected, very grey. The main ship sprite is not too bad, and the sounds are pretty basic explosion sounds, and a very non-space age laser sound coming from the ship as well. And the music, oh look at that. I got shot anyway, but I was about to just crash into effectively a dead end. And the music, well, before I play it again, let's just go back and have a listen to a game I reviewed, another Darling Brothers game, quite a while back, called BMX Racers. Let's just go and have a quick review of that game and have a listen to the tune on that. So what you can see is that effectively Dark Star is using the same tune as BMX Racers, albeit slowed down slightly, and effectively it's actually the same sort of game. It's BMX Racers in space, except you get to shoot stuff as well, but it's the same concept as you just go down a never-ending road and you have to avoid stuff. So I did actually find the solution of how to get to the end of this game on the internet, so I'm going to give it a go for the first time ever, I think, on my reviews. I'm actually going to try and play a game through to completion. Are you bored yet? And there we go. That is the game completed. And oh, now I'm dead. And thankfully, that's quite enough. So there you go. That was a complete run through of Darkstar, and wasn't it exciting? Amazing graphics, superb block by block scrolling, repetitive music, terrible sound effects. Basically, it's another dud. So we move on to the next sort of batch of games that the Darling Brothers did. The next ones are a little bit better, at least in terms of the fact that the design's quite different for each one. They're not all done with this same game creator tool. So coming up next, well, we'll soon see, won't we?
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.